very happy 2019 to all of you. Wish we see some great cricket in this year. And so here on Castrol Active Champions, we thought we'd celebrate the first of a new year with a very special person. How do you do Tendulkar over such a short blog? So we thought we'll focus on just Tendulkar, the test match batsman. We'll look at the one-day player on a different forum some other time. You look at an entire career and it still boggles my mind that he started at 16. Even more so that he expressed disappointment at not being on that fearsome tour to the West Indies in 1989 when he wasn't yet 16. That was Patterson and Bishop and Marshall and all those people. And I think it was a good decision. They said, let's blood him in. Who did India blood him in against? Imran and Wasim and Waqar, and on that first tour there. It took a couple of series to get that 100. It was a wonderful, beautiful, romantic century, that first one that saved India a test match in England. And you've still got to remember how terribly young he was when he got that 100 in Sydney and that magical knock at Perth. It was a privilege being there. I remember the great English journalist John Woodcock said if he wasn't 18, we'd have called him the best batsman in the world. Why are we calling him just the best young batsman in the world? You looked at I looked back at that Tendulkar Perth 100 recently and I was taken aback at how quickly he was scoring runs at a time when everybody else was trying to survive. It remains one of the high points of his career. It was also to kickstart that series a wonderful run of scores against Australia. He averaged 55 and I think he capped it off with that unbelievable 241. There were runs on either side, but the 241 when he, an innings in restraint as opposed to the expression of stroke play at Perth, just showed you the two different facets of Tendulkar the player. All along, for a major part of his career, Tendulkar was India's 10 for 2 man. It's amazing the kind of opening partnerships there were around then and how often Tendulkar had to come in, not just to get India to a score, but first of all to steady the ship. And that was the first sign that Tendulkar would actually be a protector as well. He protected India's batting through that early phase, much like Castrol's Activons protect your bike engine, whether it's running or off. Then there was the Chennai connection. It started with a century that's not talked about very much. 1993 against England, he made 165. And the reason it's not talked about so much was because he made batting look easier than at most other times. The innings didn't make his short list of special ones, but that 165 was exceptional. And then a triumvirate of great innings in 1998, that 155 against Australia and Chennai, where he said somebody needs to score a quick 80 to bring this match back in India's favour. And of course, he put his hand up and said, it's me. Then that classic innings that ended in tragedy with the 136 in 1999, then the 126 in 2001 that ensured India won that fabulous series. And then, of course, if you're searching for emotion in sport, that incredible 100 in December 2008 when England did India a huge favour by coming back after the Mumbai attacks. That was a game that transcended sport, but it meant so much to Tendulkar, it meant so much to everybody that cricket was back, and that 103 not out will always occupy a very special place for Tendulkar. I thought Tendulkar had one final fling with greatness as well. The period 2007-8, when Tendulkar was frequently bogged by injuries, there was all kinds of things in his body that were affecting him. Then by end 2008, through the period 2009, 10, 11, Tendulkar was like a child again, playing those lovely free-flowing innings in test match cricket. Tendulkar in that phase was back to the Tendulkar we knew when he was young, when he always brought a smile to your lips.
I've seen him prepare differently for different tours. That's something which he was very good with. In terms of his training routines as well, it used to be very, very specific and very, very like supplementing to what he was looking to achieve. Like, he would train in a particular fashion, and that's something which I took notice of. That's something which has helped me also kind of approach my game in later on in my career, in terms of how how I can add different things to my bowling as well. So that's something which stays with Sachin right throughout.
He finished with 51 Test hundreds. When Gavaskar got 34, we thought, wow, a few people have gone past Gavaskar since. Will anybody go past Tendulkar's 51 hundreds? If they do, they'll have to be a mighty fine player. They'll have to have worked very, very hard. In getting to 51 and in getting to so many other landmarks, Tendulkar told a lot of Indians what was possible. That Tendulkar ascended to be the best batsman in Test match cricket was a message to all of an emerging generation of India that this is what was possible. And then when he finished, he told us what Test cricket and what cricket generally meant to him with that farewell speech in Mumbai. I'd beseech all of you to listen to it again, and there isn't a tear in your eyes, not just because of the emotional farewell, but because he told us what cricket meant to him. Through a career, there was never a moment when Tendulkar brought the game into disrepute. There were moments that people pointed fingers at, but those were all trivial. Tendulkar never ever brought the game into disrepute because Tendulkar loved and respected the game so much. He was, in every respect, a protector of cricket and all its cultures and everything that cricket stands for. Much like Castrol's Actibonds protect your bike engine, whether it's running or off. Tendulkar was a great joy. It was a great privilege for me to be part of, even if from the sidelines, to be able to watch so many of these magnificent innings unfold. Tendulkar was a true champion. We're delighted to have him on Castrol Active Champions.